Next up, let's look at your ability to suction your tongue to the roof of your mouth. This gives us more information about your tongue coordination, as well as your tongue range of motion and potentially your tongue strength. The reason we care if you can suction your tongue to the roof of your mouth is because it's a fundamental movement for ideal oral posture, tongue slightly suctioned to the roof of the mouth. It is also important in phases 1 and 2 of a normal swallow, which is initiated by that tongue position and a slight suction. This also gives us so much information about the structure of your palate and your face. For example, if your palate is very narrow and high, you're going to likely have difficulty suctioning your tongue, whether it's because it has to reach so high to get to the roof of your mouth, or your palate is very narrow, so your tongue can't fit into that palate space to begin a suction. Or it could even give us information about your tongue range of motion. If you have a limited tongue range of motion, potentially due to a tight restricted frenulum, then it may also be very difficult to get your tongue to the roof of your mouth to suction. This test is very, very easy and is similar to one that we've done in terms of maximum mandibular opening with a tongue cave. So it will look like this. In order to create that, you're going to do a popping, clicking sound. So it will sound like this. Right before your click, there's going to be a suction. Go ahead and hold that suction, open as wide as you can. Okay, now you want to do this in front of a mirror so that you can get more information. The first thing you want to see is your tongue inside of your borders of your teeth, or is it spilling out? Can you create a suction, or does it feel like your tongue, every time you try to open your mouth, it just falls down? Another thing to note is what you're feeling. Do you feel that the edges are all the way up and the center is curled out? Or does it feel like it's the opposite? The center is pushed up and the outsides are falling down. One other thing to note here is, does it feel like just the tip of your tongue is elevated, or is it elevated all the way to the back? Ideally, we want from tip all the way to the edges in the back of your tongue to be elevated with this test. If you found out anything in terms of details here that seem to be abnormal, do note those in your comment section of your assessment form, because those will be important in giving us direction at the very end of this assessment. If you have any questions with this test or any others, reach out to me via the comment section below, or find me at summerspt.com, or you can reach out to your local myofunctional therapist.